Good afternoon and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Rocco, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Rocco's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we give while we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we give is a tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Rocco has been fitted with his own personal training collar, and we will show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. As you can see, Rocco is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, which is where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Rocco take off doing that now, and the command that you're going to give is Rocco heel, and you're going to simply start walking, and then Rocco should fall in line, heeling appropriately right there at your left heel position, not lagging behind on that leash, nor should he be lunging ahead on that leash and pulling. Also incorporated into our heeling exercise, which you will see frequently throughout the video, is an automatic sit. So anytime that you're out walking with Rocco and you stop, he's to sit nicely right there at your left heel position. Another example coming up right here for you. Good job. The next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command, which is a hand and voice command. You're going to use the open flat of your left palm an inch or so in front of his muzzle and the one-word command to stay. You're then going... Oh, he went into a down, so Fred's going to heel him out of that. Make sure he sits him in another sit. Open flat of your left palm an inch or so in front of his muzzle and the one-word command to stay, and then out to the end of your training leash. Now Rocco should remain seated in this position and not break from position. And you want to make sure that you're practicing this frequently at home to help build up his ability to sit-stay for longer periods of time. And you'll start at about 1 minute and increase your intervals over time, working up to a total of 3 minutes for your long sit-stay. When Fred returns back, he's going to walk all the way around him, behind him counterclockwise, returning so that Rocco is on his left-hand side. And they're going to demonstrate their heel sit and stay for you again. It is very important that when you're working Rocco through his commands, you're using lots of motivation through positive reinforcement, and that could either be physically praising him by giving him a pat on the head or verbally praising him and telling him he's a good boy. So Fred, again, open flat of your left palm in front of his muzzle, the command to stay, walk out to the end of your training leash. Fred's going to give him a moment to hold the sit stay, and then they're going to demonstrate the recall or the come on command, and the command that you're going to use for this is Rocco come. He should then come in and sit directly in front of you, and then heel him around the back of you, returning him once again to your left-hand side, where he sits nicely. Good job. And we'll demonstrate that again. Leave him in a sit-stay, walk out to the end of the training leash. Give him a moment to hold it. When you're ready, give the command Rocco come. Gather your leash as Fred is doing as he comes in. Make sure he sits nicely around the back of you. Good boy. When Rocco first comes home, you want to make sure that you're picking an area that's nice and quiet with no distractions so that you can start to feel comfortable working him through his commands with the transition back into the house with new rules. And then over time, once you're more comfortable working him through his inappropriate behaviors and he's following his commands all the time for you, you can start to incorporate distractions into your training sessions. The next command they're going to demonstrate is the first of our down commands, and it's the down from a heel position. Use the open flat of your left palm again, but this time straight down towards the ground, and the one-word command to down. Then give the stay command and walk out to the end of your leash. And with the long down stay, he should remain laying down in this position and should not break. Again, this is also another command that you should be practicing frequently throughout your day to help build up his ability to down stay for longer periods of time. And with the down stay, you start at 3 minutes and you work up your intervals to 5 minutes. Fred's going to now return back. Good boy. And they will demonstrate that again for you. Also, when Rocco first returns home, you want to make sure that you are setting aside about 10 to 15 minutes every day for the first couple of weeks to work Rocco in a formal obedience training session such as this video here. Fred leaves him in another down. out to the end of the leash. They'll demonstrate the recall or the come on command for you this time from the down position where Rocco gets up, comes in, sits nicely. Good boy. And now the next command that they're going to be setting up to demonstrate for you is the down from a distance. The second of our down commands. For this command, you leave them in a sit-stay, out to the end of the leash, and from the end of the leash, you use your right hand to give the down command. Now what Rocco, he's going to heel him out of the down. Now what Rocco and Fred are going to be demonstrating for you is some advanced off-leash training. Fred, lift him in a down stay. And this is something that you'll be able to practice with Rocco in the future once he's completing all of his commands for you 100% of the time. And if you're diligent with it, you can advance to some off-leash training in the future. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Rocco has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Rocco, and we thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.